Hey guys, Tuxton here. So a few months ago I made a video about how to fix Wi-Fi on Ubuntu 19.10 and I've gotten a lot of comments from people who recently upgraded to like 20.04 or something that are experiencing more issues, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to fix it. Many of the problems come from Wi-Fi drivers, so it's important that before this video starts you know what Wi-Fi driver you have. For me, I have an Intel Wi-Fi driver which is IWL Wi-Fi. Some people may have other Wi-Fi drivers like Broadcom or something like that. Another really important thing is that your computer is plugged in via Ethernet, or you have access to the internet in some way other than Wi-Fi. If your computer does not have an Ethernet port on it, you may need to get an adapter. I have one right here in this drawer of a bunch of very unorganized wires. This is what it looks like. You can find them for pretty cheap, not that expensive on Amazon. They have the little Ethernet port right there, and then it just plugs in via USB. So the first thing, which is one of the most obvious things, is make sure your computer is completely up to date. So just open up Software Updater and make sure that you're on the latest updates. There's a chance that that could have fixed something, but if that didn't fix your Wi-Fi issues, then you're going to want to open up Synaptic Package Manager, which you may need to install this from the Ubuntu software store right here. As long as you have Ethernet access, you should be able to do that. So this is what I showed in the video for how to fix Wi-Fi on 19.10. This might not work for everyone because usually the issues on 20.04 are completely separate, but it's still worth a try because this might end up fixing something. Look up the name of your Wi-Fi driver. So for me, it's IWL Wi-Fi. Here it is. Just make sure it's completely up to date. So for you, it'll say mark for upgrade if there's an update. Make sure that it's updated and then just apply up here once you're done. After that, your computer might need to be restarted for the changes to take effect. So like I said before, that might not work for everyone. So if that didn't work for you, I have two other things you can try that are likely gonna work. This is what really fixed it for me, was disabling safe boot. When you boot up your computer normally, it usually doesn't allow unsigned drivers. And on Ubuntu 20.04, a lot of the Wi-Fi drivers aren't signed yet, so that's why they're not working properly. So go ahead and open up a terminal window. You can just look it up here and you should have a terminal. And then just go ahead and put this in the terminal. I'll have it in the description if you don't want to type it out. Enter, and it's going to ask you for your password, so I'm putting that in. Then it's going to make you make a password. This is going to be used when you're booting up the computer next time. So I'm going to put in a password that I remember. And now next time we boot up the computer, it's going to make us put this in to disable secure boot. So now I'm going to shut down the computer and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so it should bring up this blue sort of screen. Just click enter and click change secure boot state. Then it's going to make you put in a certain character of your password. So the password that we just entered into terminal, if your password, for example, is password, then put in the letter S because P-A-S. Simple as that. So put that in and then click enter. Then it might ask you for another one, so just do that too. Okay, after you put in all the characters, it's going to say disable secure boot and just click yes and then click reboot. So by now, if your Wi-Fi wasn't working before, it should be now. So you should be able to see Wi-Fi up here if you did everything correctly. The only reason I can see this not working is if you don't even have a Wi-Fi adapter in your computer. Now, one other thing I'd like to note, after doing this, I experienced slow Wi-Fi speeds. It was working, but it was extremely slow. So if you experience that as well, I'm going to show you how to fix it. So go here to the apps and go to software and updates right here. And then just go here and go to additional drivers. So you can see here, this is my Wi-Fi driver for my Wi-Fi adapter. And what I did is I just straight up said, do not use this device. After doing that, most of my problems were solved and the internet's working perfectly fine now. It usually would say this one using IWL Wi-Fi driver. It says open source right here. So you can see this is an open source driver, so that means it's not always going to be stable. It's not always going to work correctly. It's not always going to be up to date with all the new like versions and everything, because it's maintained by the community. And for me, just disabling the driver altogether fixed it for some reason. If after doing this you face more problems, then it's just best to turn the driver back on. So yeah guys, hopefully this tutorial worked for you. Hopefully your Wi-Fi is working now. I'm still somewhat new to Linux, but if this didn't work for you, make sure you leave a comment down below and me or someone else will respond to help.